like crystal rain. A rhythm's pulse to numb the pain. Every turn a fleeting chance to lose ourselves in this endless dance. Shattered lights like crystal rain. A rhythm's pulse to numb the pain. Every turn a fleeting chance to lose ourselves in this endless dance. Don't know, don't have to choose. I'm breathing no by. Another waking boom. I'm breathing no by. If you gon' be having you, don't want it no by. I'm loving me. Right. Shadowed lights like crystal rain.
Hey, what's poppin', all you extraordinary geeks and creators out there? I am your host. My name is Karabo Mohola. Welcome to the FNB Hackathon 2025. This is day 3. Listen, I want to first and foremost be honest with you guys. I haven't slept, for the past couple of days because, it's unfair for you guys to constantly be coding and working on powerful solutions, and I'm out there sleeping. So I stayed awake, just to be with you guys in spirit because I know you guys are cooking up something extraordinary, for the world to see. Listen, man, this is the greatest ecosystem, man. All about, bringing about innovative solution, man, and making sure that the world is impacted with what young minds are working on. All right, cool, guys. We are live literally on all of the social media platforms. That is YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and as well as LinkedIn. That is the app of the year platforms on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So, guys, I hope you guys are making some good progress. I hope you guys were literally in those war rooms, engaging with your mentors. And I hope you guys are well aware that deadline is soon approaching. So let's get to work. Let's not waste time. Let's maximize the opportunity that we have to ask as much questions as possible. All right, as I said, this is a groundbreaking, biggest hackathon in Africa. We have over 7,000 participants taking part in the FNB Hackathon 2025. That's literally 500 teams representing all over 9 provinces, as well as Botswana, Eswatini, and Zimbabwe, and also other countries in this beautiful continent. All right, guys. So I know you guys are working at home. I did say yesterday, please take pictures. Let us see what you guys have been working on your social media spaces. We need to let the world know out there that this ecosystem is popping. You guys are really being active. Don't forget to hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. That is hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. Whew. All right, cool. So yesterday was really, man, amazing, man. We had great individuals who came onto the platform, but also who were online just to really talk about some important things that can help you guys, work on those beautiful solutions, but also give you insight on the next step, that happens when you guys, are creating those ideas. How do you turn that idea into a prototype, into a minimum viable product? So yesterday, I was joined in studio by Rob McLean, who took us through what makes a brilliant app. I also had a beautiful conversation with Ayanda Zwane, the CFO of FNB Nav. She spoke about the Nav platform and offering of FNB. I know for sure that it's important for us to get access on financial literacy, to understand investments, to understand what can we make, with the money we receive, and how can we make money work for us. So the Nav platform is all about that. And also, we had an extraordinary panel discussion with Rob McLean, and as well as Geek Van Ziel. Apparently, I've been saying Mr. Kiet's name incorrect. So we had an extraordinary conversation about how to turn those, apps into a viable tech business. Extraordinary conversation that I had yesterday with Rob McLean and Geek Van Ziel. All right, so today I'll be joined in studio yet again by Brother Owami, man. Gonna give you guys an extraordinary exercise just to get those blood flowing. He said to me, Karabo, this workout is to make, all the participants look like you. So I trust him because I am pretty fit, come on, man. Don't play with me. So Owami will be joining us in studio yet again just to get those blood flowing. I hope you guys will be ready. Get your waters ready and let's really get those blood flowing because you guys have been working tightly for the past couple of hours. And of course, we'll be joined in studio by Misho Nguveni, the CEO of Geek Culture, taking you guys through the business modeling for tech. And of course, I'll be joined by Yolisa Dumezweni, also from Geek Culture. She'll be taking you guys through the final steps of finishing and submitting your apps. And finally, Caesar Zim will be in studio, giving you guys a wrap-up of the hackathon, right? Speaking to you guys, or I'll be having a conversation with him, just to get a little bit of nuggets from him in terms of, the power of such platforms and why such spaces are important for you guys to thrive. So, with all of that coming up, we'll be having some extraordinary, conversations happening today. But before I bring upon Owami in studio, let us take a look at some of the key requirements that you guys need to look into. And of course, I know that Yolisa Dumezweni will be, speaking to you guys more at length with those particular requirements. All right. So no static websites are allowed. right? No mock-ups are allowed, and also no WordPress websites. And also your presentation deck must include a link to your app, right? And also please include a demo account details. It's important that you guys have the access login details for the judges to access those demo accounts. But also please include a technical documentation on your architecture. All right, awesome. So let's look into the submissions. So the submission will be at the 27th of October 2025. So number one, please do make sure you guys are profiling your team. So teams must be profiled on Sonke. Please do hit the green button on the dashboard to profile your team. Guys, look, you can't be judged if your team's not profiled. So imagine you spent all these hours, really working, and you haven't profiled your team, then you will not be seen. So please do make sure you guys are profiling your team. Hit the green button on, the Sonke platform on the dashboard. And also let's look into the business and security. Submit a lean business canvas and a secure software development lifecycle. These are all fillable under the My Team page. It's all fillable under the My Team page. And of course, guys, it's important that you guys give your progress updates. Please, every midnight, it's important for the mentors, to really see the scope of where you guys currently are. We spoke about the importance of a war room, right? The war room was for them to understand whether you guys are in the parameter or the scope of, the solutions that you guys are, or that they are looking for. So also the progress, they need to know where you guys are. So please do be honest with the progress that you guys have been working on. Don't lie. Of course, when we look into the final presentations, please ensure that all your materials, your presentation decks, your demo videos are all sent through. And also don't forget to hit the green button under the submit files on the My Team page. So for the presentations, please do hit the green button on the submit files on the My Team page. All right, awesome. So if you guys are needing extra help, please don't forget to use the assistance call. All right, so a link will be available on the dashboard on Sonke, and also an email will be sent out to you guys. But also, please do post on the discussion channels to get more advice from the Geek community. So post on the discussion channels to get advice from the Geek community. But also use the I need help button under the My Team page. And lastly, don't forget to enter the Engage Mentor button on Sonke. Utilize the Engage Mentor button on Sonke. You guys will be given as much help as possible. I promise you. Please do utilize all of this. All right, guys, we are running an extraordinary competition, as I did say yesterday. So don't forget to scan the QR code, visit the App of the Year website, and you guys need to open up an FNB account and keep it active until the 1st of November. You guys can stand a chance to win your share of 75,000 Rand. So please do scan the QR code, right? Keep that FNB account open until the 1st of November, and you can win some awesome prizes and your chance to win your share of 75,000 Rands. Woo! All right, cool. So, guys, I hope you guys are ready. It's time to work out. Up next, I've got in studio Owami.
How's it going, everyone? It's your favorite coach again, Coach O. Let's go through a quick warm-up. It's your workout of the day. Hackathon. Let's get you guys going. All right, so I want you on the spot. Remember, create some space for yourself, create some room. So let's keep it there. So we're going to go into a squat, press up, squat, press up. Let's go. There we go. Nice and easy. Give me 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and 5. Okay, create some distance, keep it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're still in that warm-up, much on the spot, just there, keep it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last warm up. Okay, keep it there. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's move that back again. 1, straight into your workout. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Stretch that back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Straight to the top. We're going back into this movement. 1, 2, 3,
We can go on as long as you want.
4,
Is it Mishu?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Back to the second exercise. Let's go. 1, create some room for yourself. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stuff. Keep it going. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more for 10. All right, team, let's take a breather. Hackathon team. We're going to hack away some exercises today. All right, so I want you here. Move the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you move that leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's go. 1, choose your second exercise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And 10. Back to the top. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good stuff. Keep it going. 7, 8. Proud chest. 9. One more. And 10. Back to the second exercise. 1, 2. Good. 3. Brilliant stuff, team. Let's go, Hackathon. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want you to give yourself more room. We're going to a lunge. So lunge forward, reach out. Let's go. Reach out, same leg. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And 10. Other side. Let's go. 1. Keep that balance. 2. Chest out. 3. Reach forward. 4. That big lunge. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want you to go into that lunge. 1. Move it to the side. Let's go for 2. Change legs. 3. Other side. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. One more. Good stuff. Okay, back to the top. Let's go into a lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Okay, let's go into the reverse. 1, 2, beautiful stuff. A bit faster. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. One more. And one more. Brilliant stuff, team. Let's go into your cool down. So once you're there, shoulder width, reach, and just hold it there. Breathe. Focus on that breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want you to reach on your calves and your toes. Just hold it there. 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, keep it there. Split those legs out. Let's be fit as Garabo, guys. Let's go. Come on, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, team. I want you there. Let's reach to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push it there. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach for your toes. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into a lunge. Hold it there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 other side. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Move it sideways. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much, team. This was a good one. I shall see you guys in the near future. Let's take it easy. We're going to push it right across to Karabo. Let's go, Hackathon team.
Hey, my
Hey,
brother,
sir.
man. Thank you so much.
I'm
my
already
brother.
heading
Listen,
out.
man. How did that feel for you?
It's good.
Yeah, was it good? I hope for sure that they got some blood flowing and everything like that, man. Thank you so much,
You
brother.
better get to your fitness level. So.
Bro, I'm gonna get there like you, man.
Easy,
Right, guys.
easy, chill.
Wami yet again, my brother. Thank you so much. Wami, yeah. All right. All right. Awesome. Whew, that was good. I hope you guys found that session really engaging and informative. Well, not really informative because it was just exercising, right? The man of the moment, Mr. Mishon Guveni, the CEO of Geek Culture. We're going to be speaking a little bit about business modeling for tech, right, Brother Misho? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't really hear you. I'm not going to work on that real quick. Can you say that one? Can you say that one real quick?
Yes, we're
Yes.
going to focus on that.
Yes, I can
so
hear you.
yeah, looking forward
Awesome.
to the session.
Awesome, my brother. Listen, man. First and foremost, how are you, sir?
I'm all good, man. How are you? You look like you're still trying to catch your breath there.
I mean, come on, bro. You know, I did say that number one, I didn't sleep. I haven't been sleeping. Number two, I can't let the geeks do everything, and I'm also not even working out. So I really had to try. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm catching my breath. My brother, where are you connecting from right now?
Currently in Pretoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm based now.
Okay, cool. Listen, my brother. First and foremost, man, I know we need to also address the importance of, the app developers, the geeks, also understanding the importance of business, not just
Yes,
focusing,
definitely.
yeah, not just focusing purely on the tech side of things. Why do you think it's important also to really zone into the business side of things before I let you do your presentation?
I'm gonna go back to the reference by Diani on Friday,
Yeah,
where he said we must liberate our apps, from local hosts, but also at the same time, let's liberate them from our PCs
yeah,
and get them into people's hands
yeah,
so they can start using them. But also, let's figure out how to be sustainable with those
yeah,
particular solutions.
yeah,
So yeah, we definitely need to make money for various reasons,
yeah.
and that's where having a business structure comes into play.
I like that. I like that. And also, when we talk about, a hackathon, we're oftentimes speaking about an unconventional approach to bring about
Yeah.
development and sustainability. And also, what Mr. T mentioned on Friday was, the developers, yes, can have innovative solutions. They can have, great solutions, but if it doesn't also make business sense, yeah,
Yeah.
it's also not really, viable. So I'm glad, like, we're having such conversations and spaces where, they also get those nuggets of the importance of the business side of things, my brother.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is quite key, and hopefully, someone will absorb some of the things I'll be sharing now.
Sure thing, my brother. All right, so Brother Mitchell will be taking away. I know he's got a presentation speaking about business modeling for tech. Brother Mitchell, all the best, sir.
Awesome, thank you, man. So morning to everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed your exercise and managed to get some little bit of sleep, not too much, because there's still quite a lot of work to do. So what I'll be taking you guys through is the business model canvas, but also just the main, understanding of what's a business model and its importance in your solution. So I know as techies and technical people, you guys just want to build stuff, you want to have the best solutions out there, in people's hands, but you don't want to focus too much on the money side, on how to sustain it as well. So we're going to cover a couple of those things in this particular session. So I've got three segments I want to cover. Obviously, an intro into the business model and why it matters, a breakdown of the 9 building blocks. So I'll show you the 9 building blocks of the business model canvas. Because of time, I'll take you through it very quickly. However, if anyone wants to touch base after this, I'll also be available just to take you through a little bit more in depth and also just to focus it on your particular solution. So happy to do that later on. I'll try to find a case study of one or two, and then if there's time, we'll take Q&A. Otherwise, we'll take Q&A on Zonk as well. So yeah, let's get it started. So how to turn your app idea into sustainable business. And I use the word sustainable business because we've been doing quite a lot of hackathons, and one of the key things we come across is, as developers, some would say, no, I'm trying to build something. I don't want to make money out of it. I don't want to make a profit. I just want to help people, right? Which is very important to, it's a good thing to do to help people for social impact, but you need to also figure out how are you going to be sustainable. And being sustainable is quite key, and most of us don't think about the sustainability aspect of things, so that's what the business model will also help you understand, that yes, I can make money while still having impact, but also understanding that I do need the money to sustain the business, to pay people, to cover for the servers, to cover for equipment. So that is going to come in handy. Right. So let's get into it. Um, I don't have a lot of slides, so it's going to be very quick. I think one of the big questions is for those who are not clear or who are new to this space is what is a business model, right? So a business model describes how your idea creates, right? So how it creates a particular value for people, how it delivers that value. So you'll see through the business model canvas that we're going to be doing is how do you deliver that particular value. So it's very important to understand that with people, there's a need for them to buy things, right, or acquire certain things. But it's also how do you deliver and package those things to them, and also how do you capture value. So value is very important for people to use your solutions. If it doesn't make sense to them, if it doesn't solve their problem, then it doesn't have that much value to them, right? So how you also deliver it is actually quite cool. Is also quite important as well. Um, coding alone is so just for a reason as why this matters. Coding alone doesn't make a business. You need a clear path for sustainability. So you guys are great in building products, but you need to also figure out the sustainability side of things. And a business model can help you understand your users. So you are very clear on who are your users, your revenue streams, and your partnerships, right? So you need to understand that as well. And it can also keep your ideas grounded as well, right? So you don't it's great to think wide, but it's also very important to be in a realistic example, in a realistic environment as well. So yeah, let's get into the building blocks. So on Sonke, you are able to find the lean business model canvas. There's different ways of doing this. There isn't one fixed way, right? So there's different ways of achieving the value, right? This is just happens to be my favorite one. It makes a lot of sense. It's very easy to understand, and you can actually understand your business in one particular sheet. So as you can see, this is one sheet that you can download on Strategizer. Have been working with this for a while, have been loving this particular one for a while. It helps you understand. So instead of having a business plan, right, this can be your starting point to your business plan. Most people get discouraged with business plans because they think, I have to put something 20 pages and whatnot. This is a starting point and everything can be covered within one particular page. So it has got 9 building blocks, which we'll go through them. There are different ways of where to start. As you can see, there's no number as to which area you need to cover. But the most important thing is you need to at least cover all 9 of them. And the thing I like about this is they all interwork, they work together some way, somehow, which I'm going to demonstrate to you guys. All right, so let's start with the customer segment. It's very important to understand who are you building for. Most of us just build and say we're building for everyone, right? Everybody will come. You need to be very clear on who are you building for. Are you building for students? Are you building for retired people? Are you building for people in the urban areas, suburban areas? Is it South Africa? Is it on a global scale? So you need to be clear on who are you building for. It helps you now narrow down. It helps you have a niche as well. It also helps you understand your customer in terms of how do they want to receive value? What are they currently using? What is their pain point? So it helps you to narrow down and fully understand. And it's also very key when you come to the customer segment to understand that there's users and then there's customers. So users are people, like if you see social media platforms, most of us are users, right? We don't pay for anything. We just on the platform, we're increasing the numbers from millions to billions. But at the end of the day, we are the product. So that particular company is selling us to marketers, to people to jump onto the platform. So the customers are the companies that paid to have access to that data, that paid to have access to those numbers, that paid to have access to market the products, right? So think about that in terms of who is the customer, who is the user, and also what value are you creating for both of them, right? And understand who are you charging, who are you not charging. Right. The next one is the value proposition, which is what problem are you solving? It's very important to understand, sometimes it's a pain point for you. It might not be pain point for your customers, for your users. So you need to be very clear. What problem are you using? What's the core of your solution and what it will be doing? And why do people care? So you might be solving a problem and you think it's a problem. It might look like a problem, but people are not interested. And if they're not interested, they won't use your product. They won't pay for your product. So you need to be very clear with that. A clear example of that is Sweep South. And Sweep South is an on-demand platform where you can find someone to come and clean your house. And what they did there is they offer convenience and trust for household cleaning. So the problem is people who don't have time, they need a place, they need someone to come and clean their house, but they also needed someone trusted, someone who they can trust to come and clean their house. And they can find those people on Sweep South because they're vetted, right? So think about that as well. Channel, so your distribution channel, how do you reach your users? And goes with marketing. Goes with once you've built the app, how do people get to test your app? How do people get to be aware of your app? How do people get to give you feedback around your app? And how do you create awareness around your app? So this can be used through social media, traditional media, your radio, TV, and the likes. But also you can even go to shops. Let's say you're building something for people who use hardware, right? You can go to a builders and stand there and just get some people to test it and give you feedback. It's very important, guys, for us to always think about our distribution channel. How are we going to get things into people's hands? Let's not build things and keep them in our PCs. Let's figure out how do we get the things that we've built into people's hands. Yesterday, there was one particular team. What they were doing is they were capturing emails and they are planning on launching later on in December, right? And that was a good way of actually starting to build some sort of a database so that when the time comes, they have an easy distribution channel and they have a user base that they can get feedback from. Customer relationships, very, very important. How do you engage with the users and how do you keep them, right? So it's very easy to build, it's very easy to go and deliver through a particular channel, but how do you engage? How do you get feedback from your customers? Because you are building for them, you need to have a channel for them to give you feedback and also be open for feedback. Don't just say these people don't know. It's very critical because they are the ones that will be using. So one of the recommendation is have a closed user base of maybe 10 to 100 people. Let them test your product, let them give you feedback, and then start implementing that feedback based on what you do. So figure out how you also keep them. If you look at the likes of Smart Shopper and eBucks and the likes, they sort of like force you to go to a particular petrol station to pour petrol. I know I do that because I know I'm going to get eBucks, I'm going to get particular points, which I can use them later. So that's another way of actually, building that customer relationship and also building trust amongst your particular users. Revenue stream, we can't run away from this. And this is all about how will your app make money? I know most people don't like this conversation, but your app or your product or your solution needs to make money for various reasons. Yes, sometimes it's to make money from a profit size, hopefully to get you taken care of, but also it's to make money so that the business is sustainable. Um, Guys, even if you don't want to be rich through your product, even if you don't want to make money through your product, it's very important to be sustainable. I will emphasize that quite a lot. So figure out how do you make money? Who do you charge? How do you charge so that you can make money to sustain your idea, to sustain your business as well? This can be done in different streams like subscriptions, freemiums, transactional fees, and the one I don't really like it that much, but ads as well. You can make money through those type of ways. So figure out what works best for you and have that particular revenue stream in place. You can have multiple, but don't have too many for the sake of I've got too many. Figure out the ones that will really work and how much people will actually pay and give you money for that. Then the next three are very important. Are the key resources, key activities, and key partnerships, right? Key activities are what must you do on a daily to keep your business running, right? So yes, you're building, but what else do you need to do to make sure that what you're building is sustainable, what you're building continues to come to life? And that could be having meetings. That could be setting up meetings with the right people, that will be getting feedback from your customers, that will be spending time with your dev team, that will be research, that will be networking. So those are the key activities that you need to continuously be doing. It also involves, updating your app, providing support to your customers, marketing, looking at the analytics in terms of how are things going, are we increasing, are we decreasing, which area are people downloading our app the most? Because you might think you're building an app for South Africans, only to find that it's actually being downloaded a lot in Malaysia for whatever reason, right? So just always be on tabs with that. Key resources are the key things that you need to operate within your business. It could be from devices, it could be from developers, designers, it could be an office space, internet servers, cloud services. Keep thinking about those key resources, but keep in mind that all of these things have a cost element to it, right? And if they have a cost element to it, you need to maybe find key partners, right? That can help you in terms of decreasing the cost. And the key partners will help you deliver the value as well. And it's very important that when you come to key partners, for example, don't say we're going to be working with the government, right? That's not a key partner. You need to be very clear in terms of when you talk about government, which government department are you going to be? Is it Department of Health, Department of Education? And you need to be very clear. One thing I've also noticed, even in the IT space, it's one thing saying you're going to work with FNB, but you might be working with the wrong FNB, or at least you might be thinking about the wrong FNB division, right? So inquire in terms of who are the right people to work with, and reach out to them. So key partners are very important in terms of reducing the cost of your services. They can even have a distribution channel for you. They already have a user base, so it's a lot easier to get traction going. They can provide funds, they can provide technical resources, they can even help you with a team or office space so that you are well supported. So think about those things in mind. And then cost structure. Everything in here has a cost. The moment you start going to customers, engaging, traveling is a cost. When you start thinking about your distribution channel, it is a cost because you need to maybe do ads and you need to put yourself on radio and all those things. There's a cost element to it. When you start buying resources or thinking of buying resources, there's a particular cost. So everything comes with a cost, and now you need to package this cost and say, okay, to work on this particular solution, we need X amount, right? And where are we going to find those that resources or that amount? So that's where again your key partners come in. That's where your revenue streams come in to help you function and to help you bring some of those particular costs down. So I'm just going to give you a quick example with uh, an app or platform, Yoko. So the value proposition is very simple. For those who don't know, they are a product that helps you merchants can, if you don't have money like coins and the likes, you can use your card to pay through the Yoko machine, right? Their value proposition is they enable small businesses to accept payments and easily. I know some, you've wanted to buy something or support a particular business, but you don't carry cash, but you have a card. So with the Yoko platform, you're able to do that. Their revenue streams is transactional fees. So every transaction, they take a cut from it. You receive your card, and they sell the hardware. So they found two ways of actually making money. They sell you the actual hardware, and then they take money through the transactional fees. And then the customer relationships, they've built trust through, transparency pricing, local customer support. So they're always available. They're also based in the country, so it's easier to support their particular customers, right? Yeah, so I'll now head over to things that you need to consider when you're applying it to your app idea. And I want you guys to think about this four particular questions when you're building. I know you've started, but it's never too late to focus on your business model concepts. So there's four questions I want you to look into. And the first one is, who are your main users? So most of the time we build and we don't know who our main users are. We say everyone, right? So figure out who is your main user, how are they going to use, how are they currently doing things, right? And how are you going to make their life easier, right? Second one is, what value do you provide? It's one thing knowing your users, but it's also another thing providing the wrong value to them, right? So if you think about the devices that you guys use, some of you are using Apple devices. There's a particular value that you'd say you receive from an Apple device. Some of you prefer Linux over Windows, and there's a particular value that you feel Linux gives you over a Windows, right? So Windows OS. So those are the type of things that you need to consider. How will you reach and retain them? Very important, right? You need to know who your customers are, where are they based, how are they currently doing things, and how will you be able to have access to them? Access is important, but also how are you keeping them? So maybe there's gamification, maybe there's rewards, maybe there's exclusive benefits or something of that nature. You need to figure out how you're going to keep your customers. But then the last one, number 4, is very, very important. How are you going to make money? Again, I'll emphasize this a lot. It's important to make money in your solutions, either from a profit side or strictly just to sustain your business. So figure out how you're making money. Who are you charging? How much are you charging? Are they willing to pay? Is it that important for them that they need to pay? What is your competition doing? How much is your competition currently charging? Sometimes it's not about being lower than your competitor. Sometimes you can be on the same par as your competitor, but what value are you creating for them? Right. So yeah, so those are the things I just wanted to cover in this. And then in parting, your code builds the product, right? But your business model builds the company, right? You can do as much code as you want. You can have so many products out there, but if you do not have a business model in place, you do not have a business, right? So without one, your app is just a project, not a business. So keep that in mind, and I hope this helps someone. Again, thanks for listening in. And if anyone wants help after this, we are available again on Sonke to assist with that.
All right, thank you so much, brother Misho. Listen, man, your code builds the product, but the business modeling builds the company. Really, really extraordinary, brother Misho. Thank you so much, my brother. I know you got a lot to do. I know you guys are busy. Geek culture is always moving, my man. Let me let you go do your thing. Thank you so much, my brother.
Awesome stuff, man.
All right, brother Misho. All right. Cool. So right now, I am joined on the platform. I've got Yoliswa Dumezweni. She's the Research and Development Coordinator at Geek Culture. Yoliswa!
Hi, Garabo. How are you?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yoliswa, I am so good, man. Listen, I always say to you, honestly, that you are the hardest working woman in the room. Man, always on the laptop, always, at hackathons, you are just strictly always doing your thing, man. Listen, man, I know for sure you do a lot and a lot happens around you. And also the importance of the geek culture, the student society. It's also you. Extraordinary work. First and foremost, how are you, Yoliswa?
I'm okay, Garabo. I'm okay. We are still alive outside.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Thank you for the words, first of all. We try our best. How are you? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you the first one to even ask me how I'm doing? I'm doing very good, man. Where are you connecting from?
I am in Pretoria as well.
Oh, yes. I know, like I said, you guys are so busy, and I know for sure that you got a presentation. You're going to be speaking about the final steps, right? And also helping them with their final submissions.
Yes, I am.
All right, Yolisa, all the best and enjoy, yeah?
Thank you so much, Garabo. So I'm gonna jump off to my slides right now. Hopefully everyone can see them from their sides. First of all, good morning to everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay. I hope everyone's still alive. Just starting on what I'm going to be sharing today. The only reason I'm here is just to give the participants the final game plan. So in terms of that, the only thing I'm going to give you guys are the next steps that we're hoping you guys will follow, and then some guidelines in terms of submissions. But before I jump into that, there's a very special slide that the team has made from our side, just to say hello to the many participants that are joining us from different parts of not only South Africa, but all around Africa as well. So just to make sure that everyone knows, that everyone that's joining us currently knows that we see them. Thank you guys for joining us, and we hope that from wherever you're joining us from, you're doing okay. So in terms of that, starting on to what I have to say for today, I'll start off with the problem statements. I know that the teams everyone, we've been sharing the problem statements to you, but just to make sure that teams really understand the main thing for this hackathon, which are we building solutions for specific problems. So in terms of that, just to go through one last time, I know we've been sharing this problem statement with you guys. They're also available on the Songa platform. I hope everyone has been utilizing them properly. But just to remind everyone, we have 5 problem statements for this hackathon. So the first one is in the jobs and economic resilience aspect. So that is in terms of how our participants are, or how you and your team are using tech to unlock new pathways into the economy. Building solutions that reduce unemployment, and then building resistance for the young people, small companies in the economy. There's the infrastructure and essential services problem. In terms of that, we're asking participants to please design solutions that improve access to different resources, empowering communities to better manage their service disruptions wherever they happen. And then we have the inequality and social cohesion problem statement. So in terms of that, participants are building digital tools to bridge divides from different aspects. So for across income, the income streams, race, gender, nationality, making sure that communities are inclusive, making sure that we are one people, there's no discrimination that happens. There's the climate resilience and food security one. So within respect to that, participants, they're creating innovative platforms, or they're creating innovative platforms to prepare for and respond to climate related disasters. So making sure that everyone has access to affordable, nutritious food, and then the public safety and gender-based violence problem statement, which talks about how we can use technology to make communities safer, to prevent gender-based violence, to make sure that wherever people are, they feel safe, and then if they don't feel safe, there are mechanisms in place that can make them feel safe. And then I know for the participants, you guys are familiar with these problem statements. You've chosen your problem statement as a team and you're currently working on it. But we urge you guys to please, as much as you're working on your solutions, go back to the problem statement. Go back, and then make sure whatever solution you're building, it aligns directly to what you're trying to solve for. But I'll end it there in terms of the lecture and go back to what we have to go into today. So we're going into the essence of submissions. So in terms of that, I need you guys to understand the next steps in terms of what we need from you as participants. But before I get into that, you'll see on the bottom left corner, there's a QR code that's available there. That QR code is a link to where you guys can submit your materials. So if you haven't gotten access or you don't know where to submit, please make sure you scan the QR code there, and then you'll be able to get the link to where you need to submit. But going into the essence of submissions, I'll first answer the question of what you guys need to submit. So what are you guys submitting as a team? First of all, the first thing we need from you guys is your presentation deck slides. Inside the presentation deck itself, we need you guys to have a link to your app, should it be a web app. And then inside the presentation decks and slides as well, we need you guys to also incorporate the 2 submissions we're talking about in the initial session. So that's your lean business canvases as well as the SSDLC. Now, Misho has gone through how you guys can go about making sure that you have a business canvas included into your slides and what that entails. Now, for the SSDLC, which we also require in the slides as well, talks about how your solutions are secure. So as much as the solution might work, is it protective? Is it protecting people's data? Is it protecting the end user when they use it? So that's what the SSDLC talks about. So we need you guys to please include those 2 aspects into your presentations, you can include them as different slides into that. And then in terms of the demo video, we need you guys to also submit that. The demo video can be at most about 60 seconds, and it can be about you going through your platform and then talking through what it's doing and whatnot. It's up to you as a team what you choose to share in terms of that demo video. And then we also, if you guys would like, you can also submit any technical documentation you'd like, any technical documentation you'd like to share. So that can be on the architecture of the solution and whatnot. And then answering the second question on who is submitting. In terms of that, we only need one of you guys to do a submission. So not every team member has to do a submission. So after you guys talk through what you guys are going to be submitting, we need you guys to please submit one instance of your material so that we can get reference to that. And then in terms of which, just to reiterate what Mr. T had said initially in the first session, teams are not limited in terms of the types of technologies they can use to bring their solutions to life. And then in terms of why do we need you guys to submit these things? Obviously, you guys have been working, you've been working hard for the past 2 days, and then people need to see what you guys have been working on, specifically the judges. So the people who are going to be viewing you guys' submissions are the judges of the hackathon. They need to be equipped with the output of your apps for the process of adjudication. So we need you guys to understand that. And then in terms of where you submit, please make sure you submit all your material through the link that we've shared. And then we will continue on sharing this link either through the Songe platform. It's still there, but we will reshare it as well, just to make sure you guys have it at your disposal. And then coming in on the next slide, Mr. T had shared something similar to this in the beginning of the session in terms of the key requirements of the hackathon. Now, we are at an app-specific hackathon. So we need you guys to understand what that means. So as you can see in the slide right now, you have the definition of an app. You need to understand what we guys hope you are building, okay? Please note that no static websites will be allowed as submissions. We no mock-ups allowed as well, guys. Mr. T went into depth in terms of this. We are not allowing mock-ups for submissions or as the final product for this hackathon. We also we say no WordPress websites should be submitted. And then just to also repeat for the presentation slides, please make sure you include the demo account details, which are the login details for the judges when they enter into the app, so they can get easier access into that. You can include that into your demo slides, so your presentation slides and your presentation decks as such. And then coming into the support aspect, just to first tell you guys, we are here for you guys. The only reason we as a team are here is to make sure you guys are fully supported throughout the hackathon. So in terms of that, there are different mechanisms that have been in place, that are still in place, and that will continue to be in place to make sure you guys have have as much support as you can for building up your solutions. So one of the main support structures we've put in place would be the virtual support call. So in the virtual support call, as I'm talking right now, there are a range of mentors. The team is also there to make sure you guys have assistance. So if you don't have access to the virtual support call, it's available on the Songe platform on the dashboard component. And then we've been posting the link as well under the discussions channel, just to make sure you guys have easy access to the virtual support call. The other mechanism that we're using is obviously the Songe platform. So under the Songe platform, we've been making some announcements under the discussion channels to make sure you guys are updated. Should there be anything you want to ask us, you can also do it through the discussions channel. The community is there for you guys to give you guys advice, some encouragement should you want to. And then you can also use the component that specified ask for help in the dashboard. So in the dashboard page, there's a component that specified ask for help. It's a button actually. So if you press that, you also get access to some assistance should you need to. Another amazing component that's been there in terms of support would be the live broadcast. So this is here for you guys to make sure you're updated on the hackathon as well as connected to other participants on different regions. There's also the recording on YouTube. And then just to reiterate one last time in terms of submissions, please make sure to use the form we've shared for all submissions. So we need you guys to submit your materials through that form. Should you have any problems with that, let us know, and then we'll make sure it's fixed promptly. But please do try and make sure you have access to the link, it works, and then you can also submit material. And then just to make sure everyone understands, the deadline for material submissions is on the 27th of October, 2025, 23:59 p.m. That's tomorrow, tomorrow before midnight. So all submissions are required to be done before tomorrow midnight. That's on Monday, tomorrow midnight. And then in terms of the support, the mentors are there, but the mentors will be available. It's a limited time, for a limited time until today at midnight. So we need you guys to make sure that you make use of the support that's there until midnight. Please don't worry, even after midnight, there are support structures in place. The Sonia platform will be there as well to make sure you guys are fully supported. Please make sure to make use of the structures that are there for your support as a team. And then just to give you guys some tips on how you can win this hackathon, please make sure in whatever you guys are sharing, especially in the presentation decks, outline your problem statement. Make it clear, okay? Let it be known that there is indeed an existing problem that needs solving, and your solution, you are the hero of that story, okay? This can be also through research, but you guys have received immense tips in terms of that. And then another thing is make focal features work. So we don't expect you guys, this is a hackathon, it's a sprint. So we understand if you guys can't finish the whole product in 1 or 3 days. So, but we need to make sure, you need to make sure as a team that the main features for your applications work. So in terms of that, if the app seeks to help people find Amagunya, it must make sure it does that. You need to make sure whatever you're solving for the app you are building actually does that. You are expected to produce a minimum viable solution out of this hackathon, okay? And then in terms of creating impact and making money, the solution must be creating real change in society, rebuilding for impact, okay? Please make sure that it is sustainable. Make sure you know, be clear on how your solution is sustainable. Add impact statements and the business model which I've talked about into your presentation decks. And then make sure your solution has intelligence and security. Your solution must be secure not only for you, but for your end user. It must be smart and not compromise the dignity of whoever is using it. Hence why we're asking for you guys to please make sure you add a slide that talks through your secure systems development cycle, which is the SSDLC. I hope you guys understand the tips that we've shared with you guys here. And then just to lessen the strain on you a little bit, we know you guys have been working throughout the hackathon. You must be tired. You've been looking at your screens for I don't know how long. So these are what we are hoping you guys do for the rest of the day. First of all, we're asking, please guys, stay hydrated. Please go touch grass, even if it's for 5 minutes. Make sure you get some fresh air just to breathe in a little bit. There's still some time left to the hackathon, even though it's not that much, but we need you guys to not crash out. Drink water, not energy drinks. Please drink water, stay hydrated, and just take a breath. And then after you guys do take that break, go back to building. You are here to bring your solutions to life. It may take some time, but we do believe in you. You've taken the first step to make impact. So now it's time you see that through. And then we hope you guys keep on pushing, building your solutions. You're here to solve a problem, and I hope you understand that. But I'll end it here for now. Thank you guys for giving me your attention. And then just on the screen right now, I have just re-edit the QR code where you guys can submit your materials. So should you guys not have done that before, please make sure you do that now so that you have access to the link where you need to submit your material. But I'll end it there. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Yolisa Dumisweni, for that beautiful presentation. And I know for sure that all the app developers found this really engaging and informative. Sometimes, it's really difficult for them just to know where to submit, how to submit, and it becomes a little bit, stressful for them. And thank you so much for removing that weight. Listen, I know you're doing so much. I'm gonna let you go do your thing. You guys are so busy, like I did say to Misho. So thank you so much, Yolisa. All right, cool. That was Yolisa Dumezweni. Listen, now I'm joined on the platform. I've got Sizwe Zim, the managing director at Creative Space Media. Brother Sizwe, how are you, sir?
I'm feeling great, my brother. I hope you are as well. And a big shout out and a very, very good morning on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning to all our participants in this lovely hackathon.
Yeah, brother, thank you so much. Listen, I know, you came out of theater, you had surgery, and you are still here. You want to talk, you want to encourage. It's crazy. How are you feeling first and foremost?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling alive. For anyone who's interested, I had these two screws removed out of my leg yesterday, but in solidarity of all the teams, we here. And as you said as well, we can't let be the letdowns when all the teams are working and we're making excuses. It's no excuses. We're here in solidarity and in support of all the participants that are taking part.
Listen, man, this is never easy, especially when we're dealing with such huge projects, like a hackathon, so much happening, and you're still literally there at the forefront, brother, man. But listen, first and foremost, we're going to be having a discussion about this beautiful ecosystem, right? The FNB, hackathon. We are here now. This is the third day. The guys have been working. They've been pushing. You guys are trying to give them that next push just to keep, doing what they're doing. First and foremost, my brother, how has the hackathon been so far from your perspective?
Sure. I think it's been a massive success. And I'm really judging this obviously on quite a lot of the interactions that we've had with the participants, but also the overwhelming love and support that we've seen. I mean, 10,000 people participating in this hackathon is a massive feat. When you look at all the countries that are represented, it's not just South Africa, it's all over the continent. Yesterday I was going through some of the stats, and it was really interesting to see people from South Sudan, people from Ghana, people from Malawi, people from Zambia, even actually extended out of the continent. The United Kingdom has quite a lot of people also participating in this hackathon.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's really an overwhelming level of support that we've seen, making it the biggest hackathon, that we've seen. And also, as I say, the second point is, with the interaction that we've had with some of the participants, something that I learned sort of about this hackathon years ago is that young people and the youth are giving up a weekend and 72 hours of their time to actually work and do the work to build solutions that solve for societal issues. I think 10,000 people committing to that over a weekend, and it's month-end weekend. Others would choose to do something else with their time, but here we are, 10,000 strong, building solutions, and I think it's such a wonderful thing to witness and to be a part of.
I like that. And oftentimes, I do allude to say, listen, when we look at path makers, future makers, we often point at the other direction, political spaces and stuff. But it's the young people, in the, African continent, in South Africa, who are coming together to really now put to use, the power of technology to bring about these solutions. And obviously, Brother Caesar, not a lot of big companies are aware of the power of a hackathon. Yes, we have FNB now that have taken it, and risen it to the next level. How important is it, man, like to use, unconventional approaches such as a hackathon to bring about sustainability and, development?
So I think that's a two-pronged answer there,
Yeah.
Garabo. Obviously, on the one side, for companies looking for R&D, research and development for, whatever it is, maybe it might be an internal problem that they have, and they're looking for, different ways that technology can solve for that
Yeah.
problem. Hackathons generally are a really, really great research and development sort of process that can fast track problem solving for companies. And in the past, I mean, part of this hackathon, we've had other partners as well who have come on board, providing problem statements about issues that they have internally, and really hoping to get those solutions out of this hackathon. An example would be the Free State government, Free State Health Department of Health in the Free State, who, Tsitsi Marote, you would have heard her
Yes,
speaking
yes,
about
yes.
Guardian Health and how Guardian Health was built. And, those solutions really, were around addressing some of the problems that the Free State's Health Department had put forward. I know with some of the developers of the time, there were POCs or proofs of concepts that went into, into those solutions in partnership and with the Free State government. But I think on the other side, this particular hackathon is really around fast tracking the development of tech and the involvement of young people in the development of tech on the continent. And South Africa is really, a prime opportunity, country when it comes to leapfrogging, the rest of the world with the developments that we have. Some of the solutions that we've seen coming out of these hackathons are absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. So this hackathon is really around, giving young people an opportunity to build for societal problems. And then that's the other thing where, from this hackathon, you get, apps that solve for real human issues, whether it's community safety or whether it's digitizing government departments. These are solutions with real impact. And that is the power of a hackathon. In the past, we've seen, I don't know, solutions like the Vula app, where in rural areas, doctors can actually use the app and their phone to scan a person's eye, and it gives them a whole host of diagnosis that they can then refer to, your big metropolitans and, diagnose further. But it's through hackathons that innovation is pushed and ideas are pushed, and then they can be developed further. So I think that's the real power of a hackathon. It's a sprint, like Yolisa said, and it's really around pushing these ideas forward as fast as possible.
Wow, man. Listen, a lot was said, brother man. So just to now really zone into, last year. Last year, obviously, we introduced, now FNB, took it over, which is an awesome, hackathon that we had last year, 2024. Now we're in 2025. Let's speak about what stood off for you now, from last year to where we currently are with this hackathon, Brother Sizwe.
Yeah, I think firstly, it's definitely the overwhelming participation. Like I said, it's exceeded so many of our expectations in terms of the number of people that have participated, but also the geographic, representation of people. But I think more importantly is how this year we've actually zoned in a little bit on the problem statements and made them a little bit more specific. Previously, I think, this has always been really around social impact, right? But this year, we didn't want to go as broad as we had previously, so we zoned in. And the problem statements for me are going to be an interesting outtake, from this hackathon to see, I mean, we tied these problem statements to some of the country's most pertinent and urgent issues that we need to solve. So I'm really interested to, see what I'm no longer young, so I can't say us. I'm no longer defined
Yeah.
as youth,
Yeah.
so I can't say what we are. So I can't wait to see what young people are gonna come out of, what solutions they're gonna build out of this hackathon.
Awesome, awesome. I think we all can't wait to see what's going to come out of this beautiful hackathon. And I know for sure, Brother Caesar, last night you had a private session and you had invited all the developers onto a platform and you guys had conversations, right? Tell us a little bit about those conversations and just how impactful that was.
Sure. Garabs, I think those sessions, we call them chill sessions. And we had a 2 hour just chill out Teams meeting, nothing on the agenda, just wanted to like connect with people from 7 until 9 last night. It's arguably one of my favorite things to do as part of this hackathon 72 hours. Last night we were joined by an overwhelming number of people, brilliant minds, and we spent the 2 hours really talking about the state of tech and the state of innovation in South Africa, and it's really interesting and very insightful what people are thinking about it. So, I think skills development was one thing that really came out of the, a lot of people referencing obviously the App Academy and the great work that the FNB App Academy has done, but also saying equally so that we need to push the boundaries and the level of these skills development programs as well. And I remember just quizzing everybody and asking that, like, in iteration 2.0 of the FNB App Academy, what skills then would you like to see? And listen, like a whole host of very, I think, important and relevant things came out of there. So cybersecurity was one. The one that I found interesting was around soft skills. Misho just now spoke about the business modeling model canvas. But people were saying, there's soft skills that are required from a developmental perspective. So it's how to build teams, how to talk to people, how to network, and how to sell. I thought that was a very, very pertinent and interesting one. Obviously, AI was a big one that came out of there. Not teaching people not only about the AI that exists and how to use the AI that exists, but how they can also build their own AI tools. I thought that was a very interesting one. So, these conversations are really around getting to know people and getting to know the dev community, and getting into what makes them tick and what issues they have that we can try and solve and make this fast track into innovation a lot easier and a lot quicker for them. So it's always such a highlight for me. It's always such a highlight for me. It was a really beautiful session. We generally have that session and have music playing in the background, but I think yesterday was quite a deep, powerful conversation that we stopped the music. We said, let's stop the music and let's have serious conversations. And again, I want to iterate, 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday, young people sitting around on a Teams call, having conversations around how can we fast track development on the continent. It's a phenomenal thing to see. We had everybody from Limpopo to KZN to obviously Gauteng. We had people in Matatiele, we had people from everywhere on that call. So it was a really beautiful conversation, and I really can't wait to extract that and unpack that in a form of a white paper or something like that to share with everybody in the industry.
Beautiful, man. And I know you mentioned that it was so emotional that you had to turn down the music, but I also think the emotions came from what you went through. You came out of such a traumatic experience that now these conversations are triggering something. Listen, Brother Suze, to be honest with you, in the landscape of entrepreneurs, app developers, people need access to markets. They need access to technical skills, skill development, and funding. These are obviously going to be questions that they all need to know and have answers to. But I like the fact that when we look at such platforms as or an infrastructure such as a hackathon that, you know, when we look at the young people who are not just only seeking for funding or for their apps, but they have a perfect opportunity to network and to also feed off of each other and also to learn the importance of coding, you know, design, and also communication, like you said. There's so much facets that people can absorb from these platforms, not just purely just running and chasing for that funding, you know, but, you know, it's all about connecting each other and finding out how can we utilize information from one another, sharing with mentors, sponsor people who are there. So I think it's extraordinary that you're also having these conversations at length. You know, people need, you know, answers, and they also need to know that, listen, the next step is really difficult. You know, how do we go about this?
Yeah.
You know, how do we connect 1, 2, 3? We may have ideas, but how do we make these ideas? You know, yeah. So I think it's really important that you have these sessions.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and in the spirit of FNB, how can we help you?
Hey.
It's as simple as that.
Ah, listen, that hit my heart. I was really, I thought you were asking me, how can you really help me? I thought I made that personal. But listen, listen, brother Caesar, I want to ask you. So, what are you now looking for from this particular hackathon?
I'm really looking forward to. So, another part of the conversation last night, right, was we spoke about the entire App of the Year ecosystem from the App Academy, the hackathon, and the awards. And I was just basically, you know, taking people through the process, that there's judging that's coming, that's coming after this process. And in the judging, obviously, as Creative Space Media, we're the founders and owners of App of the Year, but we have to be impartial, so we're not part of that judging process, but we are there and there. And, you know, you take a peek here, you take a peek there. And I'm, you know, we all very interested at the company in terms of, and vested in terms of, you know, the apps that come out of this. So I'm really interested to, looking forward to joining the judging process. And, you know, really just having a deep dive with the judges in terms of what solutions came out of this. And then obviously the App of the Year Awards at the end of, in the beginning of December, always a highlight. It's the biggest awards ceremony for the tech industry on the continent. So really, really looking forward to that. But I think out of this hackathon, the judging, because then is where you sort of see the level that we are playing at as developers, as a country, as a continent, and also the solutions that come out of the. It's always really, it's so exciting, Garabo. Like, it's so exciting seeing all the different perspectives to one problem that people can come up with. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that.
I like that. So now, just to wrap up, Brother Caesar, real quick, you know, you had a session last night where you were so motivating, you know, no, I'm not going to say emotional. You were so motivating, you know, giving them encouraging, pushing them, you know, giving them knowledge. What would you like to say now to all the participants and also, you know, FNB, just to wrap up this particular, you know, session?
You can also say to the participants.
Real quick, my brother, you can also say, listen, guys, I went through the most. I got nailed. I made it. I'm here. You guys can make it. Done. Yes, sir.
No, man. Listen, we always show up for our passions, no matter what. You know, we always show up for our passions. So that's not even a thing. And I know that developers, it's exactly that again. Like, you know, some would rather be jolling, you know, somewhere. But here we are. Again, 10,000 strong, banging away at our computers, banging away at the code, you know, looking at society's problems from different lenses and building these things and going under the strain and the pain and the stress of that. And, you know, with that comes a huge level of responsibility and purpose. And I feel like that's, young people are plugged in, man. Young people are plugged into purpose. Young people are plugged into you know, the zeitgeist of the now. And you see it through this hackathon. So what I'd like to say to the developers is, for the mere fact that you're here, let's not even think about the win or the potential win, but for the mere fact that you're here, for the mere fact that you give up your time, you know, for your passions, for your country, for your continent, is something that's worth celebrating in a huge, huge, huge way. So firstly, thank you all for showing up and for participating. But this is not the be it all and end it all. Wherever you are in the process and in the awards, if whether you win or you don't, that's irrelevant. Keep pushing.
Yeah.
We all know that cliche, familiar saying, and cliches are a cliche for a reason. The winner is the loser that didn't give up. So let's keep pushing. And to the best bank, the most innovative bank in the
Yes, sir.
entire world. That's not me. That's facts. That's facts. That is facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is absolute facts. The most innovative bank, the most innovative financial institution in the world. I just really, want to say, look at what we've done. I mean, with at the beginning of the year, with the start of the App Academy, we were in our heads had a target of 15,000 students going through the App Academy. We ended up with 200,000 students, and that's Karabo, the magnitude of that is crazy, because that is young people or people that have been upskilled, that went from I am potentially hopeless or I don't know what to do, and then in 9 weeks I have a skill. I can build a website, I can build an app. I can either run a business or I can use this certificate to go get a job somewhere, because it's proof of my skill. That is an amazing, amazing feat. And it really can only be that big and that large and that amazing, being powered by an FNB, to now with the hackathon. Another thing that I just want to double tap on. Last year's winner, App of the Year winner, Matric Live, two guys, Gahisho and Lesefo, are currently touring the USA in California, the west coast of the USA.
Oh, wow.
Silicon Valley, Altadena, Pasadena, that sort of general area. Through their winnings at App of the Year, they're in America right now, in the biggest tech hub in America, where we've developed an itinerary for them. They're seeing VCs, they're seeing potential investors. And again, that could only be the power of an FNB brand. And now here we are, the hackathon, the biggest hackathon on the continent, dare I say, and can only be powered by FNB. And I think that slogan that FNB has, how can we help you, really resonates with us as an agency, and what we build as an agency, but also resonates completely this platform. And the entire App of the Year ecosystem. It's how can we help you? How can we help the ecosystem? And we take, all of these things and we build onto it. So to the FNB team, man, really couldn't be more proud to be affiliated and associated with such an amazing brand and such passionate people about the progression of society. Often in these business corridors, we speak the stocks and we speak this and we speak that. But when you hear people actually, stopping each other and asking how's the hackathon going within these corporate environments, and how many young people are participating, how many lives are we impacting? It's really, that those are people that are genuinely passionate about this and couldn't have chosen a better brand to work with on this particular project. So thank you, FNB. Love FNB. Hashtag love FNB.
Amen. I'm not sure if Donovan, can you zoom into my face, man? Man, that was, bro, you touched me, man. Listen, to be honest with you, listening to that story of Metric Live, going from, nothing to something, going from nobody to now being in places where you probably never thought. So I know that young kids that are listening, who come to a hackathon with just an idea. Like you have, sometimes they come not even having team members. They don't even know they're there, but the ideas that flow. and then now stepping into a space where FNB takes that idea and just turns it into something so tangible, and your life is changed just from you participating. Man, come on. Such an inspirational, message, brother, man. Listen, Brother Caesar, thank you so much. Wish you all the best of luck. Get more energy, get more strong, rest, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, awesome. That was Caesar Zim, the managing director at Creative Space Media. Listen, man, this is where things happen. The FNB Hackathon 2025. Guys, listen, don't forget to head over to the FNB or to the app of the year. Listen, man, open up those FNB accounts. You keep them running until the 1st of November, and you guys can stand a chance to win your share of 75,000 rands. Open up those FNB accounts. Keep them active until the 1st of November. You guys can stand a chance to win your share of 75,000 rands at the FNB, app of the year awards. Listen, guys, I wish you guys all the best of luck. Keep pushing, keep working. Utilize, those mentors, utilize the assistant buttons that we took you through. Ask questions, get as much as you can from those that are there to assist you. Keep pushing. We are literally slowly fast approaching deadline day, and I hope you guys are excited for that. Listen, guys, you guys can still, stand a chance to be running for the best hackathon solution at the FNB App of the Year Awards. So you guys can stand a chance to be running for the best hackathon solution at the FNB, App of the Year Awards. Don't forget to hashtag FNB app. Don't forget to hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. That's hashtag FNB AOTY Hackathon. I'm your host. My name is Karabo Muhola. I wish you guys all the best of luck. You have until Monday, the 27th of October, to submit your pitch decks, your presentations. Wish you guys the best of luck. Peace.
The music's loud, it drowns our fears. We lose ourselves as the rhythm steers. Spinning fast in a world of sound. Our hearts are chained, but our feet unbound. And the shadows play. In this moment we'll forever stay. I'm coming. And the shadows play. In this moment we'll forever stay. I'm coming. Loud, it drowns our fears. We lose ourselves as the rhythm steers. Spinning fast in a world of sound. Our hearts are chained, but our feet unbound. Lights collide and the shadows play. In this moment we'll forever